My name is Scott Nershouse. I'm the head chef at this restaurant. I started working on my career, I guess, about 10 years ago. It really wasn't my first choice. It was more kind of just fell into it. But I always liked to cook, and my mom's a great cook. My grandma's a good cook. So I grew up kind of cooking a little bit. And in high school, when they made you do those aptitude tests, they told me I should be a chef. So I went to school for business, and I didn't really like it. So I dropped out, and after that, I guess I just decided to pursue a career in the culinary field. Actually, I started as a dishwasher, just working in small pubs and bars. Eventually, they sort of get moved a little bit of prep, and then you started just working your way up slowly, I guess. So, kitchen's very much like a hierarchy, so you gotta work your way up. So I started at the bottom. As a head chef, about 1 month. Sous chef before that for about 2 years. And cooking as like a line cook or prep cook for about like 7 or 8 years, I guess.
Always this time of year is kind of busy. You get a lot of Christmas functions, so this is our function board. Keeps us organized. We know what day we got which function. We can start prepping ahead of time.
It's always different. Something comes up new every day. There's always a different problem you got to deal with. Just now, for instance, one of my line cooks is half an hour late. So that's my first thing. My plan for the day is already thrown off. So it's a lot of improvisation. You can have a plan, but you got to be able to adapt and change on the fly, so to speak. But typically, it's a lot of coaching people, working with people, giving people direction. There's a lot of product and quality control. You got to make sure the food you're putting out tastes good. Another part of it too is office and administrative work that needs to be done, paperwork, costing recipes, making sure people are following those recipes, and then there's a whole sanitation side to it. Like when you're serving people food, you're responsible for making sure that it's safe, and there's certain rules you gotta follow. And I'm a big stickler for keeping a clean kitchen and putting out a product that I'm proud of.
So already I can tell you, whoever closed last night didn't clean the bins, left the grease there. The floor is pretty dirty. And that's not how I like things.
The trick is always, at work, being professional. There are times when it's stressful and I'll yell or raise my voice, but all my cooks and my sous chefs know that what happens in the kitchen stays in the kitchen. After work, we can go talk about it, and we're friends. It's business in the kitchen, I care about all my staff, and I was, like I said, I started at the bottom, so I know what it's like. You spend so much time with these people, like I said, it's not uncommon for people to work 12, 13, 14-hour days, so a lot of these people, you're spending more time with them than you are your actual family, so in a sense, it is really it is like its own family. Well, like I said, I've been a head chef for less than a month. Right now, I'm just gaining lots of experience on how to deal with different situations with people. So for now, I'm happy right here. As long as I'm learning something, I'm always happy. A lot of cooks, a lot of chefs, if the job gets stale, they start to do less than what they're capable of, and that's when you find they'll move on. But I mean, down the road, I'd like to open my own restaurant, have full creative control of the menu. Yeah, I think that's what I'd like to do. I guess the best advice I can give you is it was the same advice given to me by one of the first chefs that I worked for, was just figure out very quickly if you have a passion for food, because this type of industry is not for people who don't like working long hours, can't handle stress. It's not an easy job, so you have to have a passion for food to be successful in it. If not, I think there's two types of people that work in the kitchen. One are people who have the passion for food and they love food, they like what they do, they don't mind working long hours. The other type of person, they just sort of, fell into it somehow. Maybe it was just a job, they were a dishwasher, they got promoted, they don't really have any other passion, so they just kind of fell into it. And it's well known that in kitchens there's a lot of partying and drug use. So those type two, they're just along for the ride, and they usually don't advance very far. They just kind of bounce around from place to place, never really fulfilling their potential, I guess.